This is no exaggeration, the most exciting video I have ever made, and as you can probably tell from the title, I am here to announce that I officially have a book deal. I still can't believe it. Hi, in case you're new here, my name is Jackie. I am an author of historical mystery novels, and my debut novel, which I've been calling Project Dagger, is officially coming out with Berkeley, an imprint of Penguin Random House, in summer 2026, with a sequel to follow in the future. So let's talk about it. Project Dagger, which I can actually now call by its actual title, The CLOAK and Dagger Club. Really crazy to say that title out loud on my YouTube channel after keeping it a secret for a very long time. It is a 1930s set historical mystery inspired by Agatha Christie and the Detection Club, which is a real-life society for crime writers in London. Agatha Christie was one of the founding members of it, and that is the inspiration for my book. It follows a murder that takes place in a club for crime writers. In the book, my main character, Lucy, is a debut novelist who is invited to join the prestigious Cloak and Dagger Club, which her ex also happens to be a member of. She soon discovers that all of the members have secrets, and when one of them is murdered, her ex becomes the prime suspect, and she decides that it's up to her to solve the case if she wants to prove his innocence. I will put the Publishers Marketplace announcement for this book deal on the screen, as well as a couple different aesthetic mood boards that I created for the book. It says, Jackie McMahon's The Cloak and Dagger Club, a 1930s set mystery pitched as inspired by the real-life Detection Club, whose members included Agatha Christie and Dorothy L. Sayers, in which a young novelist is thrust into an exclusive society for crime writers that happens to have the man she once loved in its ranks, a man who is now accused of murder. To Annie Otters at Berkeley, in a preempt, in a 2-book deal for publication in summer 2026 by Abby Saul at the Lark Group. This is so exciting because Berkeley is a publisher who I have been interested in for quite some time, and this is a 2-book deal, so there will be a second book in the series to follow this first installment. I just want to let you all know that in that vlog I posted recently where I did a 7-day writing challenge, and I said I couldn't tell you about the project I was working on in that vlog. Yeah, I was writing the sequel to the Cloak and Dagger Club in that vlog. That's what I was doing. Now, I am going to make an entire video on this channel talking about how I got my book deal, how everything went. So hit that subscribe button if you want to see that video when it comes out. But I will tell you very briefly here the Cliff Notes version of what happened. So if you're a longtime subscriber to my channel, then you know that before I wrote the Cloak and Dagger Club, I actually wrote another historical mystery, which I called Project Mayfair. This was a Regency-era mystery inspired by my other favorite author, Jane Austen. And I submitted this book to over 60 agents without getting a single offer of representation. However, then Berkeley had an open submission period where anyone can submit a book to them without having an agent. And since I was still in the process of writing the Cloak and Dagger Club at the time, it wasn't nearly ready, but I had Mayfair all done and querying was not working out for me. I decided that I was going to submit Mayfair to the open submission period. In October, many months after the open submission period, when I was just about getting ready to query the Cloak and Dagger Club, I got a request from Annie Otters at Berkeley asking to read Project Mayfair. Spoiler alert, Annie is now my editor at Berkeley. So I sent Mayfair to her. Later that month, queried Dagger, and obviously signed with my now agent, Abby, relatively quickly. After I signed with Abby, I told her, hey, I sent this other manuscript to Berkeley. I don't know what's going on there. And she told me, don't worry about it. It's not that big a deal. If they haven't responded to you by the time we're ready to go on sub with this new book, then we can either ask her if she wants to do a manuscript swap or retract the manuscript from consideration. What ended up happening is that in December of 2024, I got an email from Annie saying that she had read Mayfair and wanted to speak to me about it. Yes, you heard that right. I am talking about Mayfair, the book that no agents wanted. did, but Annie told me she really loved it and she wanted to talk to me about it. I then proceeded to panic. Emailed Abby in a panic. And luckily for me, Abby reached out to Annie and she told her, hey, Jackie has this other manuscript. She was just working on edits for me on it. They're almost done. Do you want to read this other manuscript and see if you like this one? Annie said yes, and ultimately, in January, she let us know, our team at Berkeley really liked Mayfair, but we are obsessed with the Cloak and Dagger Club. We want to talk to you about publishing this book and a sequel. And so ultimately, that's what ended up happening. Berkeley ended up being the only publisher to read either of my manuscripts because in December when we talked, they asked if they could have an exclusive on the Cloak and Dagger Club through early January. Abby and I said yes because we weren't even planning to go on submission until late January anyway, so we figured we had absolutely nothing to lose. And then when Annie reached back out to us in January, she said, we all really love this book. We want to make a 2-book deal with you. Would you be interested in a preempt? Now, a preempt is a type of deal where a publisher is very interested in acquiring a book. They feel very strongly that they want it. And so they offer you a deal. Usually that is, considered a pretty good offer, pretty advantageous, but there is a condition attached where it says, if you're interested in this deal, you need to agree that you're going to pull this book from the consideration of other editors who are currently reading it, which, effectively prevents an auction from happening. Mine wasn't a tried and true preempt because obviously there were no other editors reading it at that time, but basically we agreed, we were interested in the deal with Berkeley, and so because of that, we weren't going to send it out to any more people. And yes, that means I never truly went on sub. If you were one of the people who very kindly asked me how sub was going, and I told you it was going fine, yeah, I lied right to your face. I already had a book deal at that point, and I'm very sorry, but I couldn't tell you. I have been keeping this a secret since January. I was about ready to burst. So I'm so excited that I get to tell you all now. I am not exaggerating when I say that this is literally a dream come true for me. I am so excited to be working with Berkeley. Before I even started querying, I had 2 publishers in mind who were particular favorites of mine and publishers who I really, really thought would be a good fit for my work. Berkeley was one of those 2 publishers, so I'm over the moon that they really got my vision for this book and feel so passionate about it. I have wanted to be an author literally my entire life. I do not remember ever consciously making the decision that writing was what I wanted to pursue. I just remember always loving writing. When I was 2 years old and I physically did not know how to write, I would make up stories and have my grandma write them down for me because I couldn't hold a pencil. Thanks, of course, to my agent, Abby Saul, who is just absolutely amazing. I am so grateful that she believed in me and believed in the Cloak and Dagger Club. She has really helped me throughout every step of this process. Thank you to Annie and the entire team at Berkeley. Annie is an amazing editor, and she really loves this book and really gets this book. We actually already worked together on edits for the Cloak and Dagger Club, and the book has been formally accepted by Berkeley and is going to be off to copy edits soon. So I'm going to post an entire vlog showing you what that process of editing the book with Annie was like. So hit the subscribe button if you want to see that. I'm so grateful for everyone at Berkeley who has been a part of this, and I also want to thank all of you. First of all, several of you beta read this book for me, and I can't thank you enough. You all gave me such great feedback that helped this book become what it is today. And to anyone who's been subscribed to me, whether you subscribed to me this week or 2 years ago, thank you so much for all of your support along my writing journey. If you comment here at all regularly, I know who you are. I recognize you when you comment, and I just feel like you're all my supporters and friends. So thank you for being a part of this. Now, as for the channel, I do want to discuss really quickly some book deal related content that I'm going to have up soon. Like I said, I am going to post a video telling you all about how I got my book deal, all of the details, everything you want to know. And if you have questions about my book deal, do drop them in the comments. I also have a Google form that I'm going to post down below if you want to ask a question anonymously. I will either answer these questions in that How I Got My Book Deal video, or if I get a lot of questions, I will make a separate book deal Q&A and post that. I'm also going to have more writing vlogs coming soon. I'm going to post that video where I went through my edits with Annie, show you what that was like. And I also am currently working on a vlog which discusses the process of pitching a sequel to a publisher, just in case anyone is curious about what that process is like. I may also make a video sharing my successful query letter for the Cloak and Dagger Club. So let me know in the comment section if you think that would be interesting and or helpful. This really is a dream come true. I just can't say thank you enough to everyone who has been a part of this. I am so excited for the Cloak and Dagger Club to come out in summer 2026. I can't wait for you all to read it, to meet the characters, to learn the story. I hope you all love it as much as I love it. I am so proud of this book. I am so proud of the work that I did, and I just can't wait to share it with the world. So do hit that subscribe button if you want to see these videos that I have coming up. If you watch this entire video, drop the champagne emoji in the comment section to celebrate with me. And if you'd like to watch another video, here is that 7-day writing challenge video that I filmed where I was secretly working on the Cloak and Dagger Club sequel, and I didn't tell you all about it, but you know now. There will be more to come very, very soon, and I can't wait to share it with all of you. That's it for now, and have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you next time.